Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, and happy new year. We're in a new calendar year, y'all. And that's what this video is about. We are in a 6 universal year. So that means we have a new numerical energy that we're working with. So this is going to be a numerology video. When we're speaking to the universal year energy, we're talking about the calendar year. So January 1st all the way up through, I was say January 31st. No, we're talking about the whole year. January 1st all the way up through December 31st. And the universal year energy is just a quick, simple calculation that we do to get the number for the year. And the number that we have for the year gives us the overall energy that we'll be dealing with on a collective level, as well as an energy that'll be affecting us in our individual lives, okay? So very quickly, for those of you who want to know how to calculate the universal year energy, it is literally just adding up the numbers of the year. I don't have 2022 written all the way out. So it's 2022. So it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus, we got 0 in there. So that's 6. Because we are talking numerology, when you are calculating numerology values, you want to break it down to a single digit. This breaks down to a single digit, so it's very easy, but just to explain it a little bit further for you guys, you break down to a single digit unless you have a master number, which will be 11, 22, or 33. If you have a master number, you're going to leave it there, and you also couple it with the other numerical energy. So like 2018 was an 11 year, but it was also a 2 year. So 2018 was an 11 2 year. Last year was 5 year. And if you want to know a little bit more about that energy, I did put up a video last year at the beginning of the year. I called last year the Wilds, and sure enough, it was the Wilds. It was last year it was crazy, but you know, we made it. I got hair going into my mouth. It was crazy, but we made it. I look like I'm balding with that one little braid right there. I just have a large forehead. There we go, guys. We're gonna put the forehead on display, okay? Okay, so last year's energy was 5. 2021 broke down to 5. 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 is 5. And I jumbled those up, but those are the numbers in the year. And so that energy was all about change and adaptability and kind of just going with whatever was thrown at us. And if you look at last year, that's kind of, I mean, we're still in a pandemic, and that's pretty much what we were doing. And I'm not going to speak too much to the pandemic energy in this video. I'm going to speak more so to how this energy is going to be affecting us on an individual level. I have separate COVID reading videos if you guys want to watch those. Not putting up the description tonight because I'm sleepy. After I do this video, I'm going to do the new moon video because I'm late on that. And then I'm going to bed. So I'll put all the links and everything in here tomorrow. If you're really interested, you just come back, like the video, and then come back tomorrow and click on them and all the things, okay? So moving forward. This year, I mentioned this is a 6 universal year, so we're moving away from, you know, making changes and, you know, just adapting to the way that life has been thrown at us in the past year, speaking specifically to the number 5. Moving into the number 6, which is a number of, and the themes that I'm giving this year to make it easy to remember the energies that we're working with are regeneration, responsibility, and relationships, okay? And also healing, but healing is not an R word, so we're going to throw healing in with regeneration. So we're we're shifting from changing, making the necessary changes in our lives. Last year, speaking to that energy, a lot of people made shifts in their career. You guys know it is no secret that a lot of people just walked away from their jobs and started working for themselves or stopped working, period, which is cool. We're in a pandemic. A lot of people made changes in the way that they were, you know, living their lives. The way they made health changes, they made, you know, physical appearance changes. I don't know where y'all got the money, but, you know, people made changes that, if the way that, the best way to put it, we made changes last year that we were called to make so that we could be prepared for the things that are coming in for us over the next couple of years as we finish out this numerical cycle, okay? So moving into 6 energy, I spoke quickly, not quickly, I spoke already about the 3 themes. So I'm going to speak to those things very quickly, just to give you guys an idea of what to expect during this year, okay? So speaking first to regeneration. So after a 5 year, after all that chaos and all that craziness being in the wilds, and we're not necessarily out of the wilds just yet. The energy lingers a little bit, okay? But coming off of that year, we're in a space to where we really want to refresh this spark towards the things that we really want to do. So last year we made changes, and while they may have been unconscious or subconscious, everything that we were doing was shifting us toward the spaces that we're meant to be in our individual lives. Speaking to myself, for an example, I was working for an airline. A lot of people would be like, oh, that's a great job. Sure, if you say so. It was the worst job I've ever had, honestly. Aside from the travel factor, I would never suggest working at an airline to anybody. I used to work for an airline. I had every intention to go back to work after my birthday, y'all. I went back home. I got back home from the, yes, I did take a trip. Yes, I did. I sure did. I scheduled my vacation right around my birthday. And I had every intention to come back and just work and work and work. I was going to work through the end of the year, right? I got back to where I live and it was like, you know what? How about y'all tell me what y'all need me to do to resign? So a lot of people were on the same level as I was, and some people had an idea as to why they were doing it. Like me, I knew I wanted to leave because I needed space and time and energy to actually put into my creative work and to put into my own businesses. But a lot of people, you know, just making changes, and you may not have known last year exactly which were making your changes for. You may not have known why you just quit your job. You may not have known why you decided that you wanted to dye your hair purple. You may not have any idea why you decided that, hey, I'm gonna go vegan. But the changes that you were making, you made them because, like I said, they were preparing you, putting you in position for, I was about to give myself a tongue twister, putting you in position for the things that are going to be coming in for all of us on an individual level, on our own paths, okay? So what we're doing with this regenerative energy now is, as we're getting back into a space to where we feel good, we feel the passion in the things that we have set up, the dreams that we have set up for ourselves, right? We're coming into the space to where we're going to be making the moves because we are healing, speaking to that healing point that I was talking about earlier, because we are healing. And once you heal, when you start to clear out the things that you don't need and you start to repair and fix and bring in the energies that you do, you start to make it so that all of your positive intentions can actually become tangible manifestations, okay? Is my window open? Oh well, whatever. Sorry, y'all. They're so loud. They just be so loud when they close the doors. It's the neighbor at the end of the hall. I can tell who's passing by how they walk. Okay. So I have a note here. Being in this pandemic, there has been a lot of loss there, and not just speaking to jobs. People have been dying, pets have been dying, people's friendships and relationships have been dying out. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of loss and a lot of changes. This 6 year, because 6 is a number that is associated with the energy of harmony, and typically all of the even numbers are, but specifically 2 and 6 are numbers associated with harmony and cohesion and bringing things together. We're going to be in this space to where we're coming into more of a happy heart energy. Not to say that our hearts weren't happy last year. And if your heart was happy last year, my heart was pretty good last year. If your heart was happy last year, good for you. And if it wasn't, you'll be good vibes to you this year. You're good. Okay. You'll be fine. But we're moving into this space of tapping into that 6 energy of cohesion and peace and harmony, and bringing all of these things together so that they form something that looks like something that we would want to do, or something that we need. It looks like something that makes sense, okay? That's what we're coming into, and we're also coming into this happy heart space. Moving into the next point for this 6 energy, I've got responsibility here. So going back to what I was saying about the 5 energy last year was kind of chaotic. People were just kind of, blowing in the wind. You guys, we do have a lot of Aquarius energy happening right now. Saturn is in Aquarius. My Saturn is in Aquarius. I'm in my Saturn return. I've been blowing in the wind too, like everybody else. So last year, we were kind of just, I don't even want to say like trying to find our footing. Like last year we were just kind of, whatever happens, happens. Whatever goes down, goes down. We're going to roll with the punches is really what the energy was for last year. This year we're coming into a space of, okay, we made those changes. We rolled with those punches. Now we see kind of what was playing out, or what we were getting ready to go into. And so now is the time for us to actually do the work, because we subconsciously, for the most part, last year made the changes, made the moves to put us into the positions to where we need to be to really hit the ground running. So this year it's not about, just going with the flow and just doing whatever we feel like we need to do, or rocking with the spaces that we're in. And not to say that you shouldn't, definitely keep that energy. But this year it is definitely about buckling down and doing the work. Now that you're in these new spaces, now that you've made these changes, they need to be forced. You know, when people say you don't want to do things and have it be not for nothing, you don't want it to be not for nothing. So those changes that you've made last year, as you come into this year, as you move throughout this year, you want to put forth that energy of, okay, moving back to me as an example, I quit my job. I didn't just quit my job to sit at home, although that would be great. I did quit my job to sit at home, but I quit my job to sit at home and write. So instead of lollygagging and only putting in so many gig proposals a week, with this 6-year energy, I need to buckle down. I need to come into some sort of routine. And speaking to routine as well, we have a lot of Capricorn energy, Capricorn influence, not a lot of energy, but Capricorn influence this year. We start the year with the Capricorn new moon, super new moon, and we end the year with the Capricorn super new moon. We've also got a positive aspect to another earth energy that we have that's very prominent during this year as well, which is the Taurus, in the Taurus Scorpio nodal axis, which will be on for this year with the eclipses. So it's all about bringing things together, getting that routine together, and actually adhering to your routine and adhering to your goals and adhering to your plan this year, taking responsibility for the actions that you need to put forward to come into those spaces that you have changed to put yourself into, okay? The last point that I want to speak to as far as the 6 energy goes is the relationships. I know this is the one that y'all be waiting for, right? So I'm just going to keep it very real with you guys. This is definitely going to be a year of makeups and breakups. This is a year of transformation for all types of relationships, especially on the love front. I'm going to speak a little bit to family relationships and friendships, companionships in a second, but speaking mostly to love with this 6 energy. Oh, I hate these spam people. Get off of my video. I'm about to report you and block you. Why do y'all keep making accounts? Y'all are annoying. Anyways, as I was saying, this is a year of transformation for relationships. So, for people who are in relationships, if you are currently in a relationship or a situationship or dealing with somebody or continuously going back and forth to somebody that you are not supposed to be with, and just keeping it real, somebody that you either already gotten what you needed to get out of the relationship and it's been done and you're just in a space of comfortability and just have a strong cord of attachment, emotional investment to them, or you're just hanging around for whatever reason, if that relationship is not what you're supposed to be in, trust and believe it is going to be broken down this year at some point. A lot of you, if you're in that now, if you're watching the video at the beginning of the year, we start the year with a Venus retrograde in Capricorn. If that ain't break it on down because you ain't supposed to be in that relationship type of energy, I don't know what is. So a lot of you are probably already feeling this and already dealing with it. And what a lot of you are going to do is completely disregard it and go against the grain. And that's okay, because the heart wants what it wants, or the heart wants what it thinks it wants. The heart doesn't necessarily always want what it needs, right? And so that might be the energy that you guys rock with for a minute. We got a whole year to work through these energies and figure these things out, right? So if you're in these relationships that you're not supposed to be in, but you think your heart wants it, right? It's going to get broken down. It is going to get broken down. The way that it gets broken down it might just easily dissipate, or you might find yourself in some crazy situations, some hurtful or painful situations. But understand that when relationships break down, when you break up with people, it is not necessarily a bad thing. It may feel bad, it may make your heart feel bad, but when things end, it is so that you can clear that space out, so that the things that you're supposed to be in alignment with can come in. The people that you're supposed to be in love with can come in. The people that you're supposed to be in alignment with, having intimate relationships with, can come in, okay? Now, if you're in a relationship that you are actually supposed to be in, that is a good, healthy, solid relationship. Like I said, this is a year of transformation. And not to say that people don't propose to people every year, but a lot of people, and it will probably be a little bit more so than what we're used to seeing. A lot of people this year are going to be in that energy, in that space of, I want to take the next step. If you are talking to somebody and that's the relationship you're supposed to be in, you're going to be like, okay, I want to be exclusive. If you're exclusive with somebody and that's the relationship you're supposed to be in, okay, I'm trying to be with you for real, for real. If you already with that person for real, you can be, okay, I'm trying to be married to you, and I'm trying to have kids with you, I'm trying to XYZ. Taking the next steps in these relationships, making them, not making them, the word I'm looking for is progression and growth in your relationships, and expansion in your relationships, okay? So speaking to that relationship energy, it's just not all bad, but y'all know I like to keep it very real. This is a year in which relationships will break down, okay? but it's also a year in which relationships will build up if they're meant to be built upon. Now, moving that relationship energy, speaking to our families and our friends, there's going to be a lot of healing and a lot of things going down in the family units for you guys. A lot of, the best way that I can put it is like generational healing and releasing karma this is a good year for that. So if you're in a space right now to where, you know, you're not having good familial conversations or relationships, expect for things to, and typically with family matters, it gets a little bit rougher before it gets better, because people got to get all their feelings out and say what's on their mind and on their hearts, right? But if you're in a space with family members right now to where you're just like, this is not, I don't like this is not where it's supposed to be, our relationship's supposed to be better, or even if you like, I don't like you, I can't stand you, definitely expect to be having conversations this year. Expect for things to be coming up this year. Old emotional triggers, emotional trauma. And this is all speaking to the healing energy of the number 6. 6 is also, if we moving into another subject really quick, I'm speaking to 6 in tarot, and I'm really thinking of the 6 of Cups. 6 is a number of nostalgia. And speaking to 6 of Cups, I always think of family, like old family stuff when I think of that card. So there's a little bit of that 6 of Cups energy here for us this year, but that's also, why can't I talk? Because it's in the middle of the night. There's also the energy of healing attached to it. So family and friend relationships, same deal. If it's meant to be, you're going to be transforming it, making it more solid, breaking bread. If it's not meant to be, and I know for friends, if it's not meant to be, you're going to be cutting them out, or you're going to be getting cut out. It is what it is. For family members, for people that are not healthy for you, you're going to be transforming the way that you interact with them this year in a way that'll make it healthy, and it'll also make it still respectable and make it still so that, you know, it's still, they're still my family. But it's also important to remember, before I start to wrap this up, that you sometimes do have to set boundaries with your family, and you sometimes do have to put your foot down in a way that they may not be used to, and you're probably going to experience that this year if you're having issues on that front, okay? And that's all I got for the relationship point here. So just to wrap this up, you guys, we are now in a new year, new energy. 6 is the universal year energy for this year, moving away from the wilds, which was the 5 universal year energy of last year. And again, tomorrow when I come in and put the description in, if you want to know about that, I'll have that video link down there. I put it up at the beginning of last year. Not going to be as chaotic. It is all about, you know, doing the work to put us in the spaces that we want to be in. Also a year of healing and getting our spark back and our passion back, and also a year of really looking at our relationships and making those changes in those relationships and solidifying the relationships that are supposed to be in our lives, and clearing out the ones that are not supposed to be, or healing the ones that need to be healed, okay? All right. That's it for the video. Quick plugs. Going up over this next week, or next 1 to 2 weeks, I'll have some 2021 reflections. Those will be the quick shorts, like pick a card spreads. Also 2022 year ahead, same deal. General tarot forecast, I think I'm gonna start, is today Tuesday? I'm gonna start those on Thursday. I should be done with those on Saturday. Excuse me. As far as the love readings go, I will be putting up shorts on YouTube. If you want the full love reading for 2022 in those short videos, in the description box, I will have a link to the full reading. It's going to be $10 if you want it. I'll have all the signs linked. Very quick and easy way to get to it, and you have access to it for forever because you paid for it. So if you want the love readings, that's how they will be accessible. But I'll still have the shorts go up on the channel too, so you get a little snippet if you don't want to give me the $10. What else? I talked about Venus retrograde a lot in this video. I have a retrograde series. The retrograde series playlist from last year, look at that until I create a retrograde series playlist for this year. But we got Mercury coming up in like a week or so, so I'll create the playlist here shortly. What else? I talked about last year's universal year energy, the 5 universal year energy video, and y'all love the COVID video. So I did do a COVID reading for January through March, I believe, are the months that I covered. I don't know, y'all. Click on the links, go to the channel. I'm sleepy, so I'm about to start rambling, which means I need to get off of here. Oh, one more plug before I do, As you guys know, this was a numerology video. If you are interested in learning more about your own personal numerology, I do offer 2 different personalized numerology reports. If you want one, all I will need is your birth name, your birthday, depending on which one you purchase, any nicknames that you go by, and your current name. I offer a core numbers one, and I also offer a full extended one. That one has hella numbers in it. I don't know how many, but different price points. They're currently on my Etsy shop, which I will also link in the description box when I'm awake tomorrow. And that's the last plug. That is the last plug, you guys. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year. Sending you guys all the abundant and positive and what is the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure, but I'm sending you guys all the vibes to do the work that you need to do this year, because next year is a 7-year, and that's literally a year of alignment. So we really need to be prepared and be doing the things that we're supposed to be doing and in the spaces that we're supposed to be in by the time we hit next year, so that everything that's waiting for us can truly and honestly start to unfold, okay? And that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Give me the thumbs up if you like the video. If you got any questions or comments, drop them down below. Unless you are a spam person, don't do that. Don't comment if you're a spam person. I don't care. Subscribe if you like numerology, astrology, tarot, wellness, spirituality, divinity, divination, all the things, chakras. Gotta do better. Gotta start pronouncing the word correctly. It's chakras, not chakras. Okay, guys, I'm sleepy. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Happy 6 energy. All the things. Good night.